Hi, this is Charles, and this is a little hint on how to do the random selection exercise. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. It's not a very difficult thing to do actually. It's fairly simple. Now, if I go back to the activity page and onto the activity, of course, you've seen that video of lesson 1. Then move on to the activity, the random selection exercise. Well, basically that's the first activity, and just go right into that, because the instructions to do the activities in the video. So basically you need to actually watch the video. And let's see if let's go into that now. Yeah, internet's a little laggy today, some reason. Okay, so now this is the random selection exercise. Now in this random selection exercise, you could see the figure, a table of figures, a number of objects here. There's circle, there's a semicircle, there's the cube, the cone, and a number of things. So these are all very different kind of objects. So now, first step is you got to start to select 3 numbers at random, yeah, and 1 to 15. Then choose a number between 1 and 8. Then write all 4 numbers on a sheet of paper. Basically, the first 3 numbers are the first 3 objects, and the 4th number is the one representing the category. The 4th number has to be between 1 and 8. So let's scroll down a little bit. So the categories are all here. That's furniture, personal items, transportation, scientific instruments, appliances, tools, utensils. The goal here is to see if you can combine these objects in order to get something out of it, creating a new product. The question is, how will you combine these 3 objects in order to create a new product? And that's the thing. You can't deform any of the objects except for 2 of those. So let's try randomly select and then generate some questions as far as what you're going to do with these objects. Now, okay, now let's just say we're going to do something. Right, now let's just say we're going to try something out here. To go to my sketchbook. So you got to generate some questions to get some possible answers. Now, in order to do this, it's very important that you try to keep playful. You got to learn to be real playful. And in creative thinking, isn't it ironic that being playful it keeps you relaxed, and when you're playful you get a lot of ideas. Yeah, doesn't that happen to you? I know sometimes you just have to laugh a little bit more and more, and it helps to be in a good company of comedians. Oh, and never mind. Okay, let's get started with this. Now let's just say the first 3 objects. Now let's say I'm choosing a circle. Okay, now looking at what I see here, you got the circle, the semicircle, the cube, and the cone. Now, for the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to go and try to do something a little bit more simple so that I could give you a real rough illustration of what this is. Now I got to try to memorize the numbers here. That's 1. Then I'm going to choose 14, and I'm going to choose let's see, I think I'm just going to go with something a little bit more say that's a tough one, isn't it? You know what, I'm going to go with all circular stuff. So I'm going to go 1, 14, and 5, or 1, 5, 14. Got it. And the category, say the category, now that's between a number between 1 and 8. So I'm just going to choose any random category. I'm just going to let's say I'm just going to close my eyes and not look at that. I'm just going to say, alright, number 3, transportation. Got it. Okay, so now let's go back to the drawing board. Then now in this drawing board, like I said, I've chosen number 1, so that's number 1. What's that, number 5? So 5 is a cylinder, right? Yeah, so that's a cylinder, so that's number 5. And then you have the other one. What's the other one? Number 14. Yeah, that's right, number 14. So that's 14. Then you got this, right? So 14 is a hoop, isn't it? It's a hoop. So now I've chosen these 3 shapes, and I've chosen number 3 category. So there's 4 numbers here, and 3 category is transportation. Got it. So transportation. Right. Now I'm just going to go to the next page. Now with the circle, I'm just going to use a thinner pen here. And with a circle, and you got a cylinder, and you've got a hoop, right, and transportation. So now let's get going with the sketches. Now let's start with the circle. Now you've got a cylinder, so I think a cylinder would probably be kind of long here, and I'm just going to make the sketch a little rough. Okay, then got to try to put a circle somewhere in here. Now the circle is not a sphere, it's just a circle. So if it's a circle, in my mind, what I'm going to do with the circle, maybe, just maybe, I could try to do it put the circle like kind of like here, right? Kind of like here. Yeah, so I create a groove in this cylinder and put a circle right here. Now you're not supposed to repeat the shapes. You're just going to use the shapes as they are. And as far as the hoop is concerned, so what I'm going to do with the hoop is possibly yeah, probably go around this cylinder, you know, kind of like that. Now what's wrong with this picture? Okay, so that's the first idea here. Now I'm just going to keep sketching this, and what if I look at the cylinder from the top? Now having transportation in mind, I could try to imagine maybe where I can put the circle. The circle can go right to the, no, you know what, the circle can be larger than the cylinder, or it could be like right there. Yeah, that's right. So the cylinder here, the circle here, it's a perfect round circle. I'm not supposed to make it so yeah, maybe I take a thicker pen, and yeah, there you go. And this cylinder is supposed to be around here. Then the hoop, now that's the crazy thing, the hoop can be a smaller hoop. Maybe the hoop can be small, so I'll put the hoop, say, somewhere here or something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. Looks like a baby pacifier to me. so now let's try to see if I can make sense of this cylinder. And the cylinder, there's no deformation of the cylinder at all. So now the cylinder looks kind of like this, alright, and it's got a hoop around here. Okay, I have no idea what this hoop really would do, but let's just draw it anyway. And then you've got a circle. Let's just presume that that's a circle over there. The circle could be here. Yeah, that's right. What I had in mind was it's a flying machine or something. Does it make sense at all? It doesn't quite make sense, doesn't it? So I'm going to keep sketching and going forward. The next page, what if the cylinder is sideways and the circle is actually part of the cylinder, because I just got an idea from putting the circle around the cylinder. Now if the circle is right down here, then the hoop, now the hoop can be, there you go. So now that makes more sense, isn't it? So that's a transportation device. So the hoop is here. Now if I draw it in perspective view, you have this, then you got the wheel that's kind of like that. Then you could take the hoop, and the hoop could have some kind of control here, and people could sit over here. That's right. And someone could actually sit over here and drive that. So ta-da, you got yourself a final idea. Let's say a prototype, big tire here, and the hoop that goes around here as a control. Then what I intended it to be as a flying machine turned out to be the ultimate one-wheeled motorbike. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this is my creation. Isn't this awesome? Maybe I could patent it, huh? Yeah, so there you go. And if you want to take this design a step further, we can put more elaboration on it, more details on it. And I'm pretty proud of this design actually. So I'm just going to like shade it a little bit more, say shade it here, shade it here, shade it here. Yeah. So you can illustrate your you could illustrate it and any way you like, and you know, so you just going to shade it a little bit more. So there you go. Shade it a little bit. It can be a really rough sketch. It does not have to be perfect. And I'm just going to get going to yeah, just put little textures on it, you know. Yeah, there you go. This could be a really big, bright lamp. There you go. So what are you going to call it? I'm going to call it the, well, I'm going to call it the I don't know what to call. I have no idea what to name this. What do you think you guys want to name it? What? Cylinder bike. Yeah, we call it the Hooper. Okay, so you got yourself the Hooper bike. You can actually well, I'm using the Sketchbook app, which I could I call it paper by 53. It's an iPad, so I could actually export this into an image. But if you're doing it on a piece of paper, it's fine as well. You could actually take a snapshot of that, then upload that here. Just follow the instructions. You can actually start activity, and your submission is, let's say you press start activity. Then when you press start activity, you can actually begin to submit your work right here. And let's say then your name will be here. Then you can just upload your file, upload your image or your video or anything like that, and then save and submit over here. So I hope you understand how you can get started now. The most important thing here is enjoy it, just have fun doing this. But don't worry, feel free to request for clips or any kind of guide, and I'll be online a lot of times. I'll be waiting for your messages and can't wait to see your submissions, because you are creative. You are always creative, every day, every moment. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Ciao.